Well, hi everybody, Lisa Tamati here again from Pushing the Limits, brought to you by runninghotcoaching.com. And today's educational content is around why you should build a little bit more muscle. Now, I don't care whether you're a runner, whether you're a cyclist, whether you're a triathlete, having some extra muscle on your body is a good thing. Especially for all those women out there. I know you'll be going, but I don't want to put on extra muscle, I don't want to get bulky. I'm not talking about getting bulky. I'm just talking about maintaining a really good amount of muscle in the body so that you can burn extra fat and you can keep a really strong, good body. Now, after running for 20 odd years, I used to get really frustrated. One of the reasons I first took up running way back in the day was that I wanted to lose weight, and I thought this was everyone said this was the most efficient way to lose weight. So it didn't work. After running 70-odd thousand kilometres, I realised, especially after running through the length of New Zealand, and I did 52 marathons in 42 days, or 2,250 kilometres, and I didn't lose any weight. I lost 1 kilo. And I put that back on within a week. And I went, something clicked, and I went, this is not the way to lose weight. Now, I wasn't overweight, okay, but I wanted to be a bit more ripped. I wanted a bit more definition, and I thought, well, after all that exercise, surely I must be the most ripped person on the planet. But that is not the case. And there are a number of reasons why that isn't. And after that, I started to study what is it that causes real fat loss, and how can you get a really ripped, strong, fit-looking body. Now, one of the things that you need to realise is that for every pound of muscle, or every half kilo of muscle, you burn around 50 calories a day. So if you are losing muscle because you're getting into a catabolic state through your training, for example, catabolic meaning that you're eating your own muscles, then you're burning your future fat potential. So in other words, a lot of people doing high amounts of endurance. You see people on the gym, at the treadmills, on the rowing machines, and speaking to a lot of them, they want to lose weight, and I'm going, that's actually not the most efficient way to do it. What's far more efficient is doing high-intensity training with weights or resistance training. You can use your body weight, or you can be using weights at the gym, and doing high-intensity work. That will make you rip up far more than doing lots of endurance-based exercises. Now, as you get older, we tend to lose muscle anyway. At the rate of on average, about 200 grams of muscle a year. Now, that's it's quite considerable as you get older. If you keep losing that, your weight might stay the same because you might be putting on more fat, but you're losing muscle. So we have to counteract that. So especially for all you older athletes out there, the younger ones, especially young guys with lots of testosterone going around, they find it easier to build muscle. For women, it's always a little bit harder to build muscle, but it's about maintaining a good base of muscle, especially in the areas that you'll be using. So for runners, for example, you need a really, really, really strong core. And by core, I don't just mean your six-pack, but I mean your whole abdominal area, your lower back. You need to work really hard on your glutes. You need a nice, strong bum. And you don't want a terribly flat bum. You want a nice round bum, and there are reasons functionally for working on your hips, your lower back, your core, and keeping your quads and everything really strong. Obviously, you need strong legs when you're a runner, and that usually comes from running, but you need to supplement it with some other resistance exercises. So to make sure that you don't get in a catabolic state, which is where you are eating your own muscle, it's good to have a 2-to-1 ratio of protein to carb mixed, say, drink or snack before you start training and after you stop. That will stop you actually breaking down your muscles. When you've finished your training, you've got about a 40-minute window to get some calories back into you that will help you the cells are really wide open and ready to take on nutrition in that first 40 minutes. If you can get something in, you'll recover much faster, and you'll be able to train harder. So try that, a 2-to-1 protein carb mix drink before and after your training, and that should help with your performance as well. Consider a really good quality proteins as well. So, depending on whether you're a vegetarian or vegan or whatever you're into, but there are good sources of protein and not so good sources. So pick something that's really good. Obviously, fish is really good. High quality meat. Stay away from the likes of processed meats if you can. Good quality eggs. Even a lot of the vegetables and things have significant amounts in them as well. So, and your legumes. So there are other options also for vegetarians out there, and you guys probably know that better than I do. Consider also adding in some branched chain amino acid tablets or supplements to your diet, especially if you're in a really high intense phase of your training or a high volume. This can help you stop breaking down your own muscles. Now, these branched chain amino acids are basically in layman's terms, the building blocks of protein, and this can really help you stop breaking down your own muscles. I also take branched chain amino acids religiously when I'm doing an ultra marathon, and that helps get rid of the lactic acid quicker and helps me recover, especially if I'm doing, say, a multi-day stage race where I have to get up again the next day and train again. When you're doing ultra marathons, you're often getting into a catabolic state, and this really isn't a good thing for you. What else? So when, after running all this time and literally training my ass off, I found that I actually didn't train my ass off. It still was there, put it bluntly. So if you want to get around that, make sure you include some resistance training and build up a little bit of muscle. You don't have to be Incredible Hulk. It's about building really functional, strong muscles, and a couple of kilos of muscle extra. You'll actually have a higher metabolic rate. You'll be burning more calories. You'll be able to get away with a little bit more if you're naughty in the diet department without putting on fat. And as we get older, that maintenance of that muscle is a really crucial thing to be aiming for. So that's it for today. A nice short little advice session for you. I hope that it helps. So this was aimed at everybody, all athletes and non-athletes alike, especially as you're getting older. Concentrate more on quality, high resistance training and high intensity training. Include that in your programs, not just long junk miles, and especially for the ladies out there who are trying to desperately lose weight. If you're like me, you're in your 40s or your 30s, late 30s, 40s, 50s, you'll find it a lot easier to control your weight if you add in resistance training, if you add in some weights. So either get down to your local gym or even doing body weights, the likes of push-ups and pull-ups and sit-ups and that type of thing, using your own body weight is enough. And that can really, really help you lose weight and stay fit and strong and get away from that middle-age spread that tends to creep up. Now, one of the reasons for that, just before we go, is it's all about estrogen dominance, but that's a topic for another day. So when you're getting your hormones out of balance, this can help get them back into balance. So good luck out there. Keep those muscles nice and strong, and we'll see you on the next episode of Pushing the Limits. Thanks for listening.